reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. MMO Reporter's PAX 2012 coverage is brought to you by Guild Launch. Slay more dragons with Guild Launch. Again, here at the Trion booth with none other than Elrar. You seem to have a little bit more voice than you did at last year's PAX. You doing anything different this time around?
Well, I think last year you came tomorrow, so my voice is already going. I think I'm about halfway there, so I think by tomorrow I'm not going to have a whole lot left. But I've started gargling salt earlier. I think that might be doing a lot of justice for my voice. So.
There's just so many people. I mean, your booth yesterday, first day, was packed. Today, packed. I mean, there's tons of people coming by for Rift, for Defiance, for End of Nations. That must be fun to see your community coming out and you get to say hi, foreign people you recognize, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome, right? There's a lot of people I recognize from last year and from other shows and from around the community. But there's so many new faces, too. We had our party yesterday, and that would have been Friday. And it was awesome because it was so many people who came out and loved Rift. And then you had the whole other side of people who are just becoming fans of our other games. You know, they might not have heard of Rift, they might not even play traditional MMOs, but they get to see what it means to be, you know, part of the Trion family, so to speak.
So what do you think it is? Because Trion has done a pretty good job of getting a great community built up. It's not a very toxic community. You've done a pretty good job of it being a very welcoming place. What do you think you guys are doing differently that really works for Rift?
We're upfront and honest. Is really, you know, it's one of those things where we don't like to beat around the bush. We like to go, hey, we recognize there's an issue, and there are things that we can probably do to resolve it. You know, you probably know better than most people that we are just very frank about our opinions. You just talked to Scott, and I mean, that guy, he kind of sets the tone, you know, and that kind of candidness that we share is just allows us to be really upfront, and then when something doesn't work out like it might have, we might have wanted it to, then we can just be honest with you guys, and you just expect that, and you go, okay, I accept what you guys are getting, you know, the explanation that I'm getting, and it just allows us to have a much more honest, open discussion with our players.
And how do you balance that, though, with the tendency of the internet to take everything absolutely literally? You said this was going to happen. You are a horrible person because it did not happen. As open as you are, the internet still does that. How do you balance those two things?
You just accept the fact that there are going to be people who do that, no matter what you say or do. And you try as hard as you can not to give them, you know, loose ends to pull on, but oh well. Well, I know that, you know, they're not necessarily the majority opinion all the time, and sometimes they are right when we get called out on stuff. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, and, you know, I guess the greatest thing about the internet is it is a truth bringer, for better or for worse. So, yeah, and it's a, you know, it keeps a catalog of all that justice, so to speak. So, in a weird way, it holds us accountable, and at the same time, you can kind of ignore some of it. So, that's how you live with it.
So as we get closer to the Storm Legion release, which, by the way, it's just us. You can talk here. The release date, you got that for me, right?
It's coming next week.
Next week? Hey, look at that. So
not Storm Legion, mind you. The release date will come next week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know right now. So I know you want to tell me, right?
I do. And I don't know when this video is coming out, but
that's true. Well,
yeah.
You know what? Let's say right now, we'll make sure that this video, we will save it until post-release date if you want. If you're up for that, I don't know. It's a lot of stress to put on.
I think I can trust you guys.
All right.
So it is coming in November. November 3rd. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I'm pretty sure it's the 13th. So.
Awesome. So that's fantastic. That's not that far away. You must be really. It's starting to get into to excitement mode, right?
We are super excited. Really excited. I can't wait, to be honest. Storm Legion. So I love Ember Isle. I know you guys love Ember Isle. The cool thing you gotta, and I always try and remind people of this who are, you know, getting excited about the expansion. Think about Ember Isle, and think about a world twice as large as our current one that is nothing but that kind of world. And it's just lush. It's well designed. You know, it's immaculate textures. It's, you know, just this amazing adventuring experience. And on top of that, we've also gone and we've even continued to evolve our play system. So now instead of instant adventure being kind of a side dish, it's worked into it. You know, there's instant adventure everywhere in this world. You don't have to just go to a quest hub anymore and pick up a dozen quests, go out, fill in the yellow circles, get the check boxes, run back, turn in, rinse and repeat. Now we've made it so that it's really, you're following the story, you're uncovering the mysteries of the expansion, or going head on into the war between Crucia, Regulos, and the Extended. And it's really that focus more on developing a deeper interest in the story and the direction of the game, as well as just providing you with the best play experience that we possibly can, given everything that we've learned in the past year and a half.
So what are you looking forward to doing with the community as you get how are you going to involve the community as you get closer to release?
So we've got the live streams. We're going to do more of those too. And we're doing the live streaming here at PAX as well. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see any of it, but yeah, so we've been doing that, and we really think that's a great way. But also, you know, I don't know what we're doing for beta yet. We still got to figure all that out, but I want to continue to work hands-on with you guys and really make sure that you get all the info that you need, and we do it in a fun way, and we do it in a way that just we can explore all this new content together.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, James. It's been a pleasure, and can't wait to get more information about Storm Legion.
Chris, always a pleasure. Selenia as well. You can't see her, but she's there. She's awesome too. All right, guys.
All right.
Pleasure. And we'll see you in Storm Legion.
Awesome.